All right. Now I gotta shrink this down. I go through this stuff like every single live show. I forget what I'm doing. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. All right. And go to this. And pause. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, loud. I'm like alien. And okay, now I just want you shrink down. So I just want the chat. I just want the chat. All right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That. I have to go through this stuff like every time. Okay, there we go. All good. All good. All good. All right. Get out of here. There we go. There we go. Goodbye. There we go. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Takes me like an hour just to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. My chair is really squeaky. I don't know. See, you probably can't even see. It doesn't look my eyeball. So whoever like tunes in right now is gonna be like, "What's going on?" But like this eye, it doesn't look red. It doesn't look puffy. It just hurts. And then here I stabbed. See, you can't even see. It's like too bright. But like I stabbed myself. There's like a little gnat in the house or something, like one of those little tiny flies. Oh, there. Now you can see. Now you can see. There's a little dot. And I like hit myself in the face trying to shoo it away from my face and scratched myself. I'm a mess. Anyway, I'm going to set an alarm. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like this eye just hurts for some reason. I don't know. And then, like I said, this one, I just like, I stabbed myself. Oh my goodness. Seriously? We already have like the trolls? All right. Seriously, I just want to talk to my Shannon about our books. All right, so let's see here. I am going to set an alarm. I'm going to set an actual stopwatch or timer, and so we don't go like a ridiculous amount. I got this. All right. All right. So let's talk about. Do you want to know something really funny that I learned that I used to do as a kid? This is like Austere Academy, right? I used to call it the Austere Academy because I didn't know how to pronounce that word. So like even like when I went to pick it up to read it this time, I'm like, it's not the Austere Academy, it's the Austere Academy. Whoops. But yeah. I love the pictures. They're so great. So did you read a physical copy this round? Austere Academy. Austere. Austere. It's like austere, right? It's austere. I thought it was like Austere. I like completely pronounced it differently. An ebook. Awesome. You still have your like drawings, right? You still get to see the drawings? I hope so, because this one with Carmelita is just great. Oh my gosh. So I listened to a little bit because this arrived in the mail. I got this on Paperback Swap. I'm not sure if they have Paperback Swap in Canada. I'm not sure. But I got this on Paperback Swap, which is just a site where you swap books, basically. My freaking eye itches. It's not good. It's probably like allergies or something ridiculous going on. But like I listened to like the last couple chapters, the last like 3 chapters while I was reading along and writing stuff out. And it was just, it was an experience, because this one isn't narrated by Tim Curry. This one's just narrated by Lemony Snicket. So it's, it was interesting. There's like extra music too, like the Gothic Archies, whatever, Archies, whatever that is. Oh my goodness. I need to like fix this. I can't like see anything. There we go. There we go. And then I'll just pop this there. Aha, I figured it out. Okay. Some of them felt like not a full image. Carmelita. We'll get into Carmelita in a minute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I listened to some of it. Like literally this arrived because I found it on Paperback Swap. It's cassette too, which is really cool. It's actually cassette. So I listened to like the last cassette and a half. And it's really abused and beat up, but it's really cool. It literally arrived like yesterday. So I got to listen to some of the audiobook, which was an experience. Did you have any like pictures that you remember that like stood out to you besides that one of Carmelita? Oh my God, that one of Carmelita is just, that is so scary. I wrote dun 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 down at the bottom because she's just, she's something. Oh my goodness. I do. I have one of those like music boxes that have like a record player, a cassette player, and the CD player, and you can plug your phone into it. Like it has all of that. My dad got it for me for like Christmas or a birthday or something, and it's like years and years ago, and it's still going strong. So it's it's still going strong. Oh yeah, that one of Sunny. I remember that. That one's so creepy. Like when I first saw it, I think I like freaked out. I think as a kid I thought like Sunny was dead. I'm like, what's wrong with her? I even wrote next to it, sleepy, but also creepy. She's just out. I think I like the, there's one, oh, I really like this one a lot too. The one where they're taking their exam. I don't know. I like the way the light is drawn. I think that's really cool looking. Well, there was another one too, chapter 3. I don't even remember that one. 31. Oh yeah, the crabs. The orphan shack. Oh my goodness. So ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I like annotating them. It's so much fun, and it's really upsetting because I didn't have an extra copy of this one. I have like extra copies, a ton of extra copies of like every single book over here except for this one. So I had just one. I had only one paperback. So I still have like a hardcover, so it's all right. But I only had one paperback, and I didn't want to mark it up, but I had to because I had to annotate at least one. So, but it's all right because it's like from like a yard sale or something. It's got like stickers on it. It's all beat up to begin with, so it's all good. But I love annotating them. Someday I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like, what were you talking about? Oh my goodness. Yeah, them running laps. That one's a good one too. The bag of flour is really funny. The eggs. Some of the drawings in this one are really cool. I really like a lot of them. The eggs are the flour and how it has little fangs. Oh my goodness. It was sacrificed for the cause. Oh my goodness. It had to go. I wrote like little notes for myself so that way I could remember. Any like favorite passages that you remember? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of like, oh, there's this one. Assumptions are dangerous things to make. And like all dangerous things to make, bombs, for instance, or strawberry shortcake. I was like, strawberry shortcake? What? Oh no, this one. They were talking about right here. It's like of all they're talking about like when they took the exams, and let me see, it says about you might become, because he said, he's like, I'm not going to put you through all the questions. He's like, because you might become so bored that you might go to sleep right here using this book as a pillow instead of as an entertaining and instructive tale to benefit your young minds. Yeah. It's a strawberry shortcake, and he just leaves it like that. It's such a snicket thing to do, to just leave it. Strawberry shortcake, whatever. Oh my goodness, so funny, his writing style. Like sometimes I'm just like laughing so loud. Oh my goodness, it's so great. It's one about the Tale for Young Minds. Oh, which one was that? Tale for Young Minds. I probably underlined it. There's so many freaking things in here. I can't remember. I can't remember. Tale for Young Minds. I know. Oh, the one I just read. Duh. Oh my goodness. I feel like there's a cat over there, but there's no cat. I keep thinking that the cat's over there. Oh my goodness. I guess we should get into we should get into the elephant in the room. We should talk about Carmelita. I want to talk about the Quagmires too, but we should talk about Carmelita. So when I listen to the audiobook, the narrator does voices for the different characters. And the professor's voice, I completely like, not professor, he's not professor, the headmaster, whatever. His voice, I totally expect. Like, it made sense. But Carmelita's, so it's a guy narrating, and Carmelita's voice is this obnoxiously high-pitched, like, just screeching. And it's just like, it's such a Carmelita voice, but it hurt. Like, when I first heard it, I'm like laying in bed listening to the audiobook, trying to annotate, and I'm just laughing hysterically because it was just so obnoxious. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, that's Carmelita. Oh my goodness. Wait till you watch the show. I feel like the girl that they got to play Carmelita is just, she's like perfect. I feel like she suits Carmelita, and she does her just perfectly. And cake sniffers as an insult. So stupid. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Carmelita's just like, she's just awful. She's just so awful. Oh my goodness. She's such a character though. Like I like, she's just one of those like side characters that are just so perfect and belong in the series of unfortunate events because she's just so unfortunate. She's just, she's awful. Oh, you did start watching the show? Oh, it's so good. It's so much better than the movie. There was a movie that came out. I've mentioned it before, but the movie with Jim Carrey is just awful. And maybe that's why I like the show so much, but yeah, they were really picked on a lot. And Coach Genghis. I can't take off my turban for religious reasons, and I can't take off my shoes because my feet stink. Like, you're really, oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot all about that when I was a kid, about how Carmelita, like the other teachers like finally pushed up and they're like, we should give Carmelita you know, one of these comprehensive exams. She would fail. Their supercomputer. Oh my goodness, it's so stupid. Stupid computer. Oh, the computer says he's not here, so oh, it's just like another one of those classic adults ruining everything, just not looking out for these poor kids. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Oh, and the professor's awful violin playing. Oh my goodness. I can just like as I was reading it, I could just hear it. it's just, oh, it like hurts. Oh my goodness. What else? What else is that? Oh, we got to talk about the Quagmires then too. So the Quagmires, we get to meet for the first time, and I absolutely adore the Quagmires, and it's so great that like these that are orphans have some other orphans to share in like the misery for a little bit. And I love how like Lemony Snicket gives them all traits as well. Like they each get their own traits, just like Violet, Klaus, and Sunny. Like they got their own little quirks, but like the adults are just worthless throughout the whole books, like the whole series. Oh my goodness, I love it. VP mocked them. Yeah, he mocked them all the time. It's really funny when he mocked Sunny, especially on the audiobook, because like he would say like those words. It's like he doesn't even know what he's saying. He would love the privilege to just mock them. Yes, the triplets. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and the exam teachers were on their side before Nero threatened their job, but that's an adult for you. And the triplets. Oh my goodness, the Quagmires. I love the Quagmires so much. They're so cute. I ship Violet and Duncan so hard. Like I want them to be together. They like I ship them. I ship them so much. Like there's that one scene where she takes like the string off of his sweater or whatever, and I'm like you guys are so close. Just kiss. I'm like it's all right, even though they're like 15. I'm like some perv over here going kiss, kiss. Oh, I ship them. They're so cute together. Oh my goodness. I love how they're like triplets because like what was it? Was it Quigley? Quigley's the one who died in the fire, but the freaking professor, he's like, they're not triplets. There's only 2 of them. They're twins. It's like, no, they're triplets. Yeah, they're so. I ship them. They're so cute together. It's too cute. Too cute. She's like looking at him through Klaus's glasses or whatever, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Like, just kiss already. I love you guys. Yes. Ooh, fired. Yes, that reminds me. I think it's quite a coincidence that they both died in fires. Just saying. I think it's quite a coincidence that their families died in fires and they're both orphans. Yes, the VFD. I think this is the first time that we get the VFD mentioned, right? In the show, I think they mentioned like VFD like right off the bat. I'm pretty sure, but like I believe this is the first book that we mentioned the VFD, which is fun. We're getting into like mystery part of like what happened and what's going on. So interesting. It gets so good from here because the orphans, I'm so awful. I'm just like Count Olaf. But the kids have to go to like their next place and they have to deal with that. And Count Olaf is going to be right on their tail because he always is. And they got to deal with that, and they got to solve like this new mystery. It's like, oh, can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah. Yeah, because they own like sapphires, right? They own like a sapphire fortune or some kind of precious jewel. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They mentioned it in the first episode. The arc. Yeah. I mean, we're almost halfway. So like we're almost there. We're almost like halfway. Since there's 13 of them, next book kind of would be halfway. But oh my goodness, it's heating up because now we have new people introduced, and we have the triplets, and now the orphans are going to try to find the triplets and figure out what VFD is, and stuff is getting real. Like, so much is happening. Yeah, the triplets, yeah. It's really cute when you get to this book in the when you get to this book in the show. It gets really interesting. And like I said, you get to meet Carmelita. I don't want to give any spoilers about whether or not they come back or not, but we'll see. Yeah, I like that too. Like they're like, why even go to Poe? And I'm like, yep, that's right. Don't even bother. He's not worth it. And then he just shows up, like with the candy. He's just giving away like bags of candy and stuff. Like he's just buying jewelry. Like, is that a good use of their funds? I thought you weren't supposed to touch their funds until they were of age, and now you're just giving away bags of candy. I'm so confused. Like he's awful. He is awful at everything he does. He's awful as a banker. He's awful at taking care of the orphans. He's awful at taking care of their fortune. Like, how? Why did their parents like trust him? Why? Oh my goodness, yeah. The show is so good. I really like it a lot. It's so good. So good. I kind of just want to rewatch these 2 episodes that go with this book. Oh my goodness. Cake sniffers. Oh, this time I didn't, because we always like talk about what I didn't notice, like what I like noticed again this time, since this is like a reread for me. But I didn't, some of the humor was like, some of the stuff I'm like, I don't remember this at all. Maybe I didn't like understand it when I first read it as a kid, but like some of the humor, I laughed harder. And then those henchwomen that were in the cafeteria, I completely forgot that they were in the cafeteria. Like that was where his henchwomen were, like with the people with the masks. I feel like I should have known, but I didn't even see it. And I'm like, I don't even remember them being in there at all. Like it was right over my head. Like I didn't even, I'm like, wait a minute, what? I also didn't remember the like the teachers standing up for the orphans, like at that one point where they're taking their exams. Didn't remember that either. Like I'm just like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, the metal masked ladies. Like I did not even, it just went right over my head. Yeah, Candy's inch, how did he swing that? I'm like, I don't even know. Yeah, I was just like not even looking, around. I was just looking straight at the triplets. The threat of no utensils or no cups. What was it? I think it's if you miss lunch or something, you don't get cups. Because remember that one time they had puddles, but I can't remember what that rule was. But I know, like, yeah, you visit the administrative building, you don't get silverware. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So stupid. Oh my goodness. I notice, like, as we get further on with the series, I notice a lot more than like, and things that I've missed from when I was like first read them. It's really weird. It's cool rereading them along, especially since I'm annotating them, so I remember more because like actually highlighting certain passages and stuff. Yeah, no cups. Someone had to drink a puddle. Yeah, I forget what for, because they missed lunch, I think, because the triplets missed lunch or something. It's so ridiculous. Oh, and Sunny as the administrative assistant. That was the funniest thing ever. Like, what? You're having a baby, be an administrative assistant. Makes sense. Oh my goodness. It's just the rules were so stupid. And the recitals where you have to listen to the recitals like for hours. Oh, like 6 hours? No, thank you. Oh my goodness. Sunny's making bank. I don't want to hear anything about anyone being like, I don't want to work. Sunny's out there getting a job. Oh, that poor girl. She did. I think Sunny puts her heart in everything. Like, she's one of those people that just, she perseveres. She's tougher than she looks. I think out of all of the, like, the three of them, I think Sunny is like the toughest. Even though she's the baby, I feel like she's like the rock of the family. Even though she's kind of the shape, she's small enough to be a rock. But she's like the toughest. I love her. She's so funny. I don't think she'll ever learn how to speak. And I don't want her to. I just said that she didn't learn how to speak. She did, like, slowly she's getting there. I kind of don't want her to learn how to, like, read, like, not read. I kind of don't want her to learn how to speak fully for real, like, ever, like, not fully, because I kind of love her nonsense. Is that bad? I want to hold her back. She should just make up her own language. Oh my goodness, the Sunny language is so great. So great. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about. I just remembered. Yeah, no full sentences. Yeah. There's more talk about Beatrice in these books, in this one. A lot more in this one. And Beatrice is like, the mystery behind, like, Beatrice and Lemony Snicket are like some of my favorite, like, passages. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you caught them or not, but I really noticed them a lot more this round, like, going through, because I was really looking for them. But there's, like, that whole mystery behind, like, Beatrice and who is Beatrice. And, you know, because Lemony Snicket loved Beatrice and every single book is dedicated to her. And oh my goodness, that whole, like, oh, it just got me in the feels. There's, like, this one passage in here where he's like, I can't go on. And it's just like, oh, it just got me in, like, the feels. I can't even find it. Where is it? It's not back here. It's, like, somewhere here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's like, he, like, stops and he's like, I can't go on. Because I'm weeping. I have no clue. I can't find it. I give up. I don't know. Oh yeah, oh, I never even thought of that. What am I trying to say? Yeah, the narrator really is he's really a character in the books. So, like, I'm so glad that they brought him into the show, like, and actually made him a real character. And I think in the movie he's played by Jude Law, and they never showed his face, which is accurate because, like, usually the pictures of the author, like, on the back, like, that's really crooked, but, like, they never show his face because Lemony Snicket's like a mystery. But it's like, I feel like it's better the way they did with the show, where he's, like, talking directly at you and talking about his misfortune, and yeah, about their misfortune. But yeah, I believe it was like, oh yeah, here he's like, there's, like, a gap where he, like, stops. I have, like, a little heart because it's so sad, and it says all right here. Like, I wrote all because it was so sad. He's like, Beatrice, I cried. Count Olaf is, and then he just stops, and he's like, I cannot go on. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so sad. I really love, like, that little extra story of Beatrice, and it's great. Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yeah, like, the empathy is ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I got from this, like, this little excerpt, is that what I got from here, like, I can't remember if it's true or not, but I'm guessing what he was hinting at here was that Olaf killed Beatrice. Like, cause like in this little spot here, Beatrice is like standing on like a ledge, like on a balcony, meeting Olaf, because they weren't supposed to see each other, and or for some reason they were like forbidden to see each other. So he like what was I doing? I lost my train of thought. And she was standing on like the ledge, and then he's like, Count Olaf is, and I was gonna say like right behind you, like maybe like he was like behind her, and I think Olaf killed Beatrice. And I think maybe that's why he's like so like adamant on solving this mystery, because maybe it gives him like some conclusion to like, you know, some what's the word I'm looking for? No, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. But yeah, I don't know, helps him, makes him feel like, you know, he's still all right or whatever. I don't know what it's like, what the word I'm looking for is. Closure, gives him some closure. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, Count Olaf. I think Olaf did it. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm sure we'll get more, because every single book, yeah, closure is the word I was looking for. I'm sure we'll get more, because every single book starts out with a dedication to Beatrice, and I always write something. I always write like, "Oh, Beatrice," like next to it, because it's so sad. And the show, I'm sure you've noticed that the show starts with the dedications to Beatrice as well. So I love that. And the song, and the theme song. The theme song's great too. Oh, goodness. Am I forgetting anything? What are we doing on time? Am I forgetting anything? What? That's not true. We've only been talking for a half hour. Look at us go. I'm trying to think of other things that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I really love the show. I need to rewatch it myself, because it's just so good. It's just so good. I love the Beatrice dedications. They make me like, they get me. But I know we're gonna get more into VFD, I'm sure. I can't even remember, honestly. Triplets impersonating them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is the part where Olaf kicks the bag of flour. Like, no one addresses the fact that he kicked the baby. Like, kicked the baby. Like, he literally kicked the baby. Like, no one addresses the fact that he kicked her. Like, it doesn't matter if she was flour. Like, no one addresses that. Like, I know, and I love how Lemony Snicket still gives you warnings and like kind of spoils the story for you, but it like mentally prepares you for what's gonna happen. Like, he's like, he says something about like how the of course the orphans should be worried and blah blah blah, and like, because, you know, they shouldn't have let this happen or something. Like, he spoils like the whole thing. Like, we know something bad is going to happen to the Quagmires because he like spoils it. But I love that, because he like mentally prepares you. He's like, hey, guess what? Stuff's going to go down and it's going to be awful and unfortunate, like always. Just get ready. Yeah, Nero. He cheers them on. He's awful. Nero is ridiculous. I don't understand how that guy ended up like becoming the VP. Like, like why is he even there? Why doesn't he go off and pursue his awful violin playing and leave the school? Like, what is he doing? Yes, that's what he says. He's like, it's a moment they will regret forever. Yes. And they will, because that was awful. Oh my goodness. And it's like so sad. And when they're getting in the car, they're like shoving him in the car. Oh my goodness. It's so sad. So awful. Oh my goodness. Yeah. There's always like that stopping point. There's always one at the beginning, and there's always like one about the middle, like where it gets really, you know, like we hit like the arc. And then like the really dramatic stuff is about ready to go down. And he like warns you again, and then he always warns you at the end too. He's like, if you want, you can just stop this book and think that they caught up to him and saved him and blah blah blah. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's really like I don't know. Olaf is just so awful. Doesn't even surprise me. Just so he's such an awful person. There are. And I feel like every book, I think he does that in like every book. There's at least 3 warnings. At least. There's like one in the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. Yeah. It can prepare you, yeah. I think that's I don't know. I was always like a mopey kid as I was always mopey as a kid. I still am. I'm a Slytherin, so maybe that's why I'm like whatever. Don't care about your sad, you know. If anything, you telling me that I shouldn't read it, it's gonna make me want to read it more, kind of thing. But I don't know. It's just so neat. I think that like I said, I think that's another. I've said that before. I think that's another like way that he sold these books so well is because like kids love being told what not to do and then just doing it anyway. Like we love like breaking rules. Especially when it's something like that. Like you tell me not to do it, I'm gonna keep reading. Yeah, they almost did. They almost caught up with him on the car in the in the car. When I first read this book, I thought that I think I this has been a long time, but I thought that Olaf was going to like just exhaust them and kidnap them. I didn't think anything about like the exams and how they would have to study them later on. I thought he was just gonna like exhaust them and then when they were super tired, just scoop them up and take them. But it didn't turn out that way. That probably would have been smarter, but could just go into the orphan shack when they're sleeping and take them. Yeah. It is a really smart tactic. It's pretty genius. It's pretty genius. Let me see. It knows what he's doing. Yeah. I think one of the triplets said about the helicopter, like that's what they thought they were painting was like a helicopter pad, like because when they did that circle of the Illumiglow or whatever, we thought that they were like making a helicopter pad so that a helicopter could land and take them. I'm like, that would be a smarter plan. But I mean, I say that, but then look, he still got off. He still got away with, the the triplets. So yeah, no, it was just an idea. It was like they when they would sneak out of the things and look. Maybe the helicopter pilot had the night off. Yeah. Maybe Olaf couldn't afford him for the night. It would have been like it would have been pretty genius to just, swoop down, get him, throw him in. If he did it right, maybe the like triplets would come storming to like try to save the orphans and then like the other orphans and then like he could have got all of them. That's a lot of money right there. That's a lot of fortune. Oh my goodness. So ridiculous. Oh. Oh, I have a note in here about bring up Beatrice because I wanted to remember about Beatrice. Oh, I have a note here that says, just love the Quagmires. It's accurate, though. I love the Quagmires. Yeah, they are. Oh, and I forgot about Isadora's little, like, couplets that she writes. They're so great. They're so great. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be had. Olaf knows what he's doing. Yeah, a lot of people really like this one. I like it too, but I still think, I don't know. It's definitely up there on one of my favorites, but I don't know. I can't remember. Other than, I know Reptile Room and I know the first book are definitely like two of my absolute favorites, but we're starting to get into territory that I don't remember as well. So it's getting like more and more exciting for me, because it's like books that like I can't remember what happens exactly. Like I know what happens, but I don't remember, you know, the intricacies, if that's a word. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Reptile Room's definitely like, it's top notch. It's top notch. I really like Reptile Room, in the show. I really like Count Olaf's. I love Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf, but I love his character, because remember I think that was Stefano. Was that this Stefano, I believe? I really love his character. It's just so much fun. Oh yeah, we have the next one. The next one features one of my like least favorite scenes. Well, not least favorite. Let me rephrase that. One of the scariest scenes, at least for me, in the entire series. And you can tell by the picture that it's scary. Like, that's just Violet in an elevator shaft. Like that just makes me so nervous just looking at it. Oh. Oh my goodness. I forgot, like, just that picture makes me nervous. But it's, yeah, Stefano. Oh my goodness. I love Stefano. It is. I love, see, like, a lot of people don't ever reread books, and they are missing out. I mean, you don't have to, like, reread a book right away, but, like, years later, like, I read these, like, all the way through, like, as they were coming out as a kid. And I've reread them, like, multiple times throughout, like, the years, but it's been a while since I've actually sat down and read from the beginning to the end. Usually I read, like, the first and second, third book, and then I, like, stop. This is, like, the first time in a long time that I've read just straight through, and I'm loving it, because it's, like, so great to actually remember stuff. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Ugh. My eye. Yeah, the elevator is like, oh, see, the sun's out and I can really see it. It makes me so nervous. And the other two are up there. Oh, so nervous. She is so brave. Like, look at, I don't know if you can even see, but like the determination on her face. Like, look at that face. Like, she is in it. It's great to reread. If it's a book that you like. I don't recommend rereading books you don't like. Like, I will never reread Anna Karenina ever. I'd rather die. that book was awful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one, but this scene in particular, like, I remember this scene and it makes me really nervous. And I don't like it. Like, just looking at the picture, I'm like, I don't know, something about like elevator shafts freak me out. But I'm really excited though. I can't remember how to pronounce that either. Oh my goodness. Sats? I need to listen to the audiobook. Do I have an audiobook copy of this? I do. I have an audiobook copy. I wonder if it's narrated by Lemony Snicket or if it's narrated by Tim Curry. Oh, this one's narrated by Tim Curry. This one's like really beat up. Oh, still cassette though. I have a couple CD ones, a couple cassette ones. This was in like a library at one point. That's cool. Maybe I'll listen to some of the audiobook. I know. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Anna Karenina, I do think that's one of the like books that you should read, I guess, in your lifetime. Like, I feel like you should give it a go, because it's one of those like classics. But it was rough. It was rough. It took me so long to get through. Yeah, rat. I can't remember how to say it. It's so bad. Since I'm hosting this read along, I feel like I should know, but yeah. I think I'm gonna listen to some of the audiobook, at least a little bit of it, at least to know how to pronounce that. Rats or sats or sats, or I can't remember. Ersats, Erts. I don't know. Oh, is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, I recommend unfortunately, it's an Audible exclusive though. Unfortunately, I recommend the audiobook. I'm sure you can find another good audiobook, but I used the Audible. Unfortunately, like I said, Audible exclusive, which sucks because then you need like an Audible account. You should do the free trial just to listen to this one. But the Audible exclusive one with Maggie Gyllenhaal narrating was awesome, and it was the only way I got through it. It's one of those books. It's just hard to get through. I will know how to say it by next time. I know. I did start Pride and Prejudice too for your thing. For your look, I'm like that far. I'm not far at all. It's kind of so far. I do want to get. I have Persuasion in like this really nice Barnes and Noble edition. Like, look at that. That's nice. And I want to get this one in this edition. But I want to find it on paperback swap because I don't actually want to buy it in case I don't actually really like this, which so far it's not looking too good. I'm not going to lie. But I'm only a couple chapters in, so it's all right. Who knows? Maybe it will get better. That's my only goal today, is to read a little bit more of that. That's it. Yeah, I feel like audiobooks, like really, some of those tougher reads, they really help. I like right now I started reading The Revenant, like actually reading it, physically reading it. And then it was just I was like falling asleep and I wasn't retaining anything at all. So then I switched to the audiobook and I've been enjoying it. I still don't really like it. There's a lot of like, cause this guy's like, like trudging through the Midwest or whatever. I don't know. But like there's lots of scenes with him like killing animals and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't like this. But I'm listening to the audiobook is a lot easier, and I'm getting through it a lot better. So that's good, I guess. Right? I love these editions, and I have a couple different ones over there, and I ordered like a whole bunch on paperback swap. Like this is Barnes and Noble exclusive editions. Like these are their classics, but I just love them. I think they're so simple, and it's just like they're kind of soft too a little bit. They're like a little soft. I don't know what it is about them, but like I feel like they would look so nice next to each other. Like if I get the rest of like the series, like all their classics, I don't know. There's a whole bunch on paperback swap, so that I was trying to find this one, but of course I couldn't find it. I have like this beat up version, but this one has like annotations, like someone else's annotations in it. Like, oh, that's my family tree. But this one has like other annotations in it, and I'm just like, it's interesting though because it's like helping read it because it's like I'm reading along with another person at the exact same time, and they've like are inputting their thoughts into it, kind of thing. It's interesting. So I'm kind of grateful for the annotations, whoever annotated it, whoever at the thrift store that donated it. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not loving it yet. It's I knew going into it that I probably wasn't going to love it, but sometimes you're surprised. But so far it's just like, it's not awful. It's easy to read. Like, I don't feel it's like one of those like classics that's really difficult, but it's also like, I'm not like getting much from it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So far, I think I like Lizzie best if I have to pick someone, but probably because she shares the same name as me. Not Lizzie, but Elizabeth. Darcy seems like a douche. But again, I'm only like 23 pages in though, so who knows? Yeah, at least it's not hard to understand. Like, I'll push through it, and then I can say that I've read it, and then I gave it a shot. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe we'll hit the end and we'll be like, oh, that was amazing. But so far, I don't feel that way. I'm glad that I'm reading it with someone else, though. Like, I'm glad I'm reading it with you because I wouldn't have read it. I was putting it off for the longest time. Yes, the whole, the social classes and the getting married. And like, that's all the women care about is like getting married, and like that never interests me in books, like, ever. I had a friend who was like that, where that was her whole goal in life, was to get married, not be married, to get married. Like, she wanted a wedding. And like, oh, it's just, yeah, you don't know. Yeah, that's why I always try to, like, I try not to DNF books. It does happen very rarely, but I've been getting better though, like, about, like, if a book really, like, if I'm not enjoying the writing style or anything and I really can't push through, I'll DNF it. I won't, like, kill myself, but I try to push through. Yeah, how much money someone makes, and yeah. Usually classics are very hit and miss for me though, so it's good to just give it a shot, because like Dracula, I listened to the audiobook for Dracula, so maybe I'm biased, but because it's Dracula, the audiobook, I've talked about it a million times. Like, it had Tim Curry and Alan Cummings and like a whole cast, and that was amazing. But I loved the audiobook, like, for that. So maybe I wouldn't love the physical book, but I think I would still, because I really like the story. But I love Dracula. I love 1984. Handmaid's Tale is good. Beowulf was interesting. But like, there's a few classics that I've read that I've like loved, but then there's ones like Anna Karenina that just, I tried to read Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. That was awful. Like, I think I DNF'd that one because I just couldn't make it through. I wasn't retaining anything at all. Yeah, I try really hard, but I think, especially being a part of BookTube, maybe you need to switch to the audiobook for Dracula. Switch to like an audiobook, maybe it'll help you, because I loved it. Especially once I switched to audiobook, because I feel like it helps, since everything's told in like journal entries. It helps hearing everybody's voices. It helps you keep those journal entries like separate in your mind, I think. So I don't know. Yeah, the DNF thing. I think I used to be super against DNFing, like really against it. And then I started, like, the more and more I become involved in BookTube, and the more books that I acquire, I'm like, I don't have time. I have to DNF something. Like, if it's not really engaging me, I have to just like give up. Maybe I'll come back to it later if it's a book I really want to try to read. But like sometimes I do temporary DNFs where I'm like, okay, I'm done for now. Maybe someday I'll come back. But I don't know. If it's like a book that no one has talked about and I'm really not enjoying the writing style, and it's just no one, like, there's awful reviews, then I will put it down, because it's just like, I have things that I really enjoy reading. Why push through something that's absolutely garbage? I haven't read War and Peace. I think because of Anna Karenina. That's probably why I haven't read War and Peace, because Anna Karenina hurt me deep. Oh. Yeah. The audiobook would really help with Dracula. Because it's just there's so many like letters, and there's so many different characters, and they all like play their own role in the story. I feel like audiobook makes it work so much better, because then you can really like, you can separate the characters in your mind better because of the voices. But yeah. Temporary DNF. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've done it. It happens a lot with classics, because like there's a lot of classics I really want to read. But I'll like begin them and I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling this, and I'll put it down. But I know that's something that I'm going to want to try to get to again, because it is a classic, and like you want to know why it's a classic, and you want to at least give it a shot to be like, hey, I did read that. I didn't like it, but I did read it. kind of with how I'm feeling about this one right now, but we will see. I will withhold my judgment. But yeah, like there's, and like I think I looked back on some of the like the books like up there some red books up there, because I've been rearranging my shelves. You can tell that they're a mess. I've been rearranging them, but like there's some books that as I was rearranging a little bit, I'm like, I pushed through this, and this was awful. Like, and I didn't get anything from it. Why did I push through this? I don't even remember what this was about. It was so bad. And it's just like, looking back, I'm like, I could have read, you know, another book that I really loved, or I could have, you know, I don't know. It's all about like time, I think. It's like the thing that like has been getting me to just try DNFing, or at least temporary DNFing certain books. Yeah. I was really like anti-classic for a while. With the exception of Shakespeare, I really enjoy Shakespeare. I cannot believe that you've read every single Shakespeare play, by the way. Holy crap. I'm like, how? But like, I don't know. It's like, I really always loved Shakespeare. I've always enjoyed Shakespeare, but like other classics, like, it just took me so long. And it's dumb, because there's like, I found classics that I love. Like 1984 is one of my favorites. Animal Farm, like George Orwell is he's top notch. But like, I was so hesitant to try 1984, and it just like, I put it off. I took it with me on vacation one time in Germany. I believe that's when I took it with me on vacation. I only read a little bit of it, and I just, it took me months to get through. I think because I was like so like hesitant about it, and I kept putting it down. But once I like finally finished it, I'm like, that was awesome. I loved it. Why did it take me this long to get through? Oh, 6 more plays. Oh my God. You read 32 though. Oh my goodness. That's nuts. I can't even. I started doing like a read along with Romeo and Juliet on my Goodreads. Like I was like updating huge sections and like describing like what was going on and making it quirky and funny, but then I stopped. Like I forgot. Like it's still sitting over here. Like I think it still has like a pencil in it and everything. Oh. Yeah, like I'm still in it. Because Romeo and Juliet's like my favorite. I love Romeo and Juliet. But I was like updating it like on Goodreads. It's still like in my Goodreads currently reading, because I haven't updated it in like a year. But like, I just I love Shakespeare. So great. I love the tragedies. I know you do. You like projects and challenges and lists. Oh my goodness. You're like a major planner. I'm like the person that like tries to plan but doesn't actually follow through with any of her plans. That's why I can't make goals. It's like everyone does one of those goals for the beginning of the year, like on here, like on BookTube, like just like a BookTube goals. And I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. Who knows? I know that if I make a goal for myself, like a New Year's resolution kind of thing, it's gonna fall through because I'm me. Oh my goodness. It is such a great play. Oh my goodness. Romeo and Juliet, it's fantastic. And there's so many like elements of it. The reason I started rereading it was because someone put on Goodreads Goodreads that they hated it. They gave it a 1 star. They said it was garbage, worst play ever. And it broke my heart so much that I had to like respond with like this huge paragraph. Like it wasn't mean or anything. It was just like, okay, well, maybe you didn't notice this, or maybe like all the things that like they pointed out, like that they hated, I like addressed. I was so upset because I'm like, Romeo and Juliet is fantastic. It's amazing. Because I think a lot of people look at it, go straight into it thinking that it's a romance, and it's like, no, it's a tragedy. Like you need to focus on that. It's a tragedy. And I think too many people focus on the romance. And also, they don't think of like this time period that this happened. Like back then, people were lucky enough that they lived to their 30s. So getting married super young, like falling in love super young wasn't like a new thing. Like back then, like it was appropriate back then. But like, and then like they don't take into account like these people are teenagers, they're impulsive, it happens. But I think the biggest thing like with Romeo and Juliet is the people's like the families. Like I think that's like the biggest thing that I pull away from it is like, because these two families couldn't put aside their hate for each other, their kids are now dead. Like that's like the biggest like point that I get, like because they couldn't put aside and just love, so their kids are now dead. Like just because of hate. Like hate is awful. That's the moral of the story. Hate is awful. Yeah, the tragedies are the best. Oh, one of my challenges is that more time planning and organizing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just there's so much more in the story, and people get like blindsided by that. Like they just get blindsided by the fact that they're like Juliet's like 14 or something. It's like shh, just stop. Yeah. It just like, I love it. It's so awful. It really shows the Slytherin in me that I love the fact that Romeo and Juliet both die at the end. Like, I'm just like, I'm like, look, that's what you get, you stupid families. You should have just let them love each other, you dumbasses. Like maybe they would have fell out of love. Maybe they would have gotten married. Who cares? But because the guy's being dumb, they're now dead. Like, ha. So awful. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't understand how anyone can hate Romeo and Juliet. Well, I get how they like don't. They just don't get it. That's it. They just don't get it. How did we get on this topic? Talking about classics. Oh, we should schedule the next live show before I forget. We were not scrambling. Yeah, they were 14 and in love. Like, just let it go. Like I said, like, what if they would have fell out of love? What if they were like, if the families would have just put aside their whole stupid feud over stupidness, then they could have, you know. It just makes me mad. Oh, we're like at the hour mark. Ugh. I know, we always get distracted. It happens every time. It's like the end of the live stream is always just talking about random books. All right. So I need to schedule for the next live show. All right. So this is September. Now I have a break the weekend of Labor Day. Is Labor Day a thing in Canada, or is that just an American thing? I don't even know. I don't even know what Labor Day is. I just know I get paid extra time for it. That's like the first weekend. And Monday. Monday is Labor Day. Or the Tuesday. Or Wednesday. my boyfriend's schedule switched. So like because he's always gaming and it messes up my live stream. But his schedule, he works Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday now. So Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey, you spell it with a U. It's not spelled with a U here. You spell it like it's supposed to be like pronounced. Labor, 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 Labor Day. Is there any day that works good for you in September? Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday. How about Tuesday? Because I think I have class on Wednesday, but it would be Wednesday night. So how about Tuesday, the 4th? That work? It's my eyes. My poor eye. I don't know what is going on with it. It just hurts. So stupid. I think it's allergies. Yeah, color and honor. Yeah. We don't do that here because we're dumb. I noticed that in Turkey, when I went to Turkey, a lot of times when, you know, you'll be at museums and stuff and they'll like have it in Turkish and then they'll have it in English, like the words, like describing whatever you're looking at. And they, like, it would not be like, it wouldn't be like a perfect translation. Like, it wouldn't be like, you can't just read through it like perfectly. And it would like, some of the words would be like spelt like they sound more than like how they're actually spelt in English. And I'm like, they got it right. Like, I'm like, that's how it should be spelled. And it's so ridiculous. All right. So Tuesday the 4th, series of unfortunate events, read along. Oh no, not read along, live show. What am I doing? Live show. Do we have a time or should we just like wing the time when we get closer to it? I usually work till 2 or 3 at the latest, usually. Yeah, phonics spelling. Yeah, exactly. Like they spell it the way it should be spelled, like without like the stupid silent letters. And it's just like they know what they're doing. Josh would like, or like, they also don't use like, you know how we have like multiple words that mean the same thing, like there, or your, that kind of thing. Like they spell it like the same every single time. Like, I don't know. It's just funny. 2, like they spelled 2 a lot of times. They spelled like 2, TWO, even though they meant let's go to the store, kind of 2. It's just funny. All right, we'll wing the time. Sounds good. We'll wing it until we get closer. We can actually figure out what time is time. Oh my goodness. All right. I think that's our hour. Yeah, definitely. I stopped my thing so it didn't like go off. All right. 2-2. Yeah, 2-2-2. All right. Well, I am going. Yeah, it always is so much fun. It doesn't matter that no one else comes hang out with us either. I just like talk. I just like talking about these books with you, especially because it's your first time reading them and it's so much fun. I'm gonna go have some breakfast, maybe breakfast or maybe some dinner. It's 10:40. I'm not having dinner, and I'm gonna read some more of this. Hopefully, with my eye, it's like yes, the timer helped. We went a little over, but still pretty dang close. All right. I will see you next. Well, I'll see you everywhere. We talk everywhere else, but I will see you in the next live show next month, where we will start reading and listening to the blah, blah, blah elevator. Alcatraz elevator. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I love it. Anyway, goodbye. Ow, I just hit myself with the eye. I give up. I'm just going to wear glasses forever. Goodbye.